Okay, round 2. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, oh, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
This is Conversate with Us with Chris Donovan and Evelyn Rivas.
Hello and welcome to a new show of Conversate with Us. It is me, Evelyn Rivas, and my amazing husband, whose mug is quite cute, even though every week he calls himself a ugly mug.
You mean when I tell people to go to thisisfunner.com and click on my ugly mug?
Don't start plugging
Sorry.
stuff. It's just
it's okay.
That's
It's been
dirty.
a long day.
That's dirty. It's just gross. Chris Donovan.
Hi.
How are you, babe?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm doing good. I am especially excited about what we're eating today.
You're right. What are we conversating? I mean, pause.
What are you doing?
Eating.
I found a really cool recipe online from a friend. Okay, so most recipes that we all discover online nowadays come from somebody making something, posting it on their Instagram. And then you going, wait, what did you make? Can you send me that? What is that? So Jen Fisher, who we've known for a while through Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, she's one of our cancer champions. She's amazing and raises tons of money for the cause.
Yeah, she does.
She and her beautiful sister as well.
Yep.
She posted that she was making a buffalo chicken dip.
Ooh.
Okay. And I'm like, oh, that looks freaking bomb. And she said it's like paleo friendly and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, I want to be healthy and I want to look like Jen. So I'm going to make whatever she's getting and making for my family. So I hit her up and I was like, oh my God, I need this. She messaged me back with the recipe and started telling me like the things that she substitutes in and how she uses like Primal Kitchen mayo and all this stuff. And I'm like, what is that? I'm a fatty. I don't know what Primal Kitchen is.
Oh, calm down.
And so I'm like, okay, tell me where I can find that, all this stuff. So instead, I didn't make it exactly buffalo chicken because I didn't use. She said she ended up
Probably
using
Frank's
like
Red
some
hot
hot
sauce or something.
sauce. Yeah, hot.
Frank's Red's the hot one.
Well, actually, she said she had some Louisiana hot sauce in her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so she used that in it, which obviously changes the flavor. But
Yeah, it
you know,
does.
recipes are what you make them, right?
Why
Like
have
the
I not
recipes,
done that?
I know. That's what I'm saying. Well, we just brought some hot sauce back, Blaze Fire,
Blaze Fire from Jamaica, man.
which is freaking stupid hot, and we've talked about that in the past.
amazing.
You could have added that to it.
Oh, wow.
So what I ended up doing was I couldn't find just a basic Primal Kitchen mayo to go in it. So I switched it up a little bit and I used a Primal Kitchen garlic aioli mayo.
What's Primal Kitchen? Is the brand?
It's the brand.
Oh, okay.
And it's like paleo friendly. It's gluten free.
I thought you had to like come in with like a loincloth.
No.
And like a toga and be like,
Kitchen. Now entering the Primal Kitchen. With a knife and a sword. It was good though, right? I didn't do it exactly the way she sent me the recipe. I did add all of the ingredients minus I switched the spicy.
anything spicy.
Because I'd let you add your own spice to it, and my kids don't want the
Which
spice.
I totally forgot about, by the way.
I know. Well, you did. I thought you added a
I
little
did.
something.
I added the chili garlic sauce that I use on all my Chinese food.
There you go.
But I didn't add Frank's Red hot sauce. But now I'm thinking back, I'm going, that'd be a cool, like, it's a nice, like, pulled chicken
Right.
buffalo sandwich.
See?
Okay, so I've eaten this thing like 3 different ways.
Yeah, because we ate it one way the first night, and then I repurposed it because I had some barbecue chicken that we had. So I just by barbecue I mean it didn't have any barbecue flavor on it, but we barbecued it.
Yeah, we cooked it outside.
So I shredded it all up, and we made like a nachos.
We did. It
And
was yummy on
good.
Sunday.
The kid for football.
Yeah, we're not ones to be really good with moderation.
Right.
So we've only had this like 3 times this week. So, but
Well,
again,
I had to get rid of all that shredded chicken.
you didn't get rid of it. I ate it.
Exactly.
But now that you say the buffalo, I didn't even think about that. That would be an amazing dip. Whew, okay,
yeah, but see, I can't handle buffalo chicken.
No, you know I make 2 of everything.
I know.
I'm like
we do
Noah.
in this house.
I'll make you chicken enchiladas, and then I'll make you chicken enchiladas with chilies in it for me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's our life.
Right?
But our kids,
It's yummy.
It's really good. The kids don't like spice either, so it was kind of like a good thing. But it's still that garlic aioli mayo was bomb, and I'm so glad I just accidentally accidentally bought that one.
And the one thing I did tell you, I think when you were cooking it, I said that if you were just to wrap that in some corn tortillas and put some of that white enchilada sauce, and a little bit of the red sauce, oh man.
Yeah, there's a lot you could do with that.
Oh.
Okay, so let's talk about what's happening right now, because there is a lot going on.
Okay, let me push the button.
Right now.
Okay, so right now, I'm going to go first because I'm selfish, and I've been worrying about this a little bit because I am a procrastinator.
Okay.
As of lately. Mm-hmm. That being said, I have a filming on Thursday.
Okay.
For Let's Make a Deal on Thursday, and I don't have a costume.
So we've been discussing how you're going to do this because you got to look a damn fool when you go on Let's Make a Deal.
Yeah, in
like
Jedi,
the key is to look a damn fool.
Yeah, because he wants to have somebody that looks a fool and they act a fool, but they're polite fools.
Of course. Well, it's family friendly fool. Am I wrong?
No. But you need to coin that phrase.
I'm a family-friendly fool.
We should probably try to copyright it.
That's our new YouTube channel? The Family-Friendly Fool.
The Funner Family-Friendly Fool.
Oh, my God.
The Funner Family-Friendly Fool. It's
By
like
the way.
wacky-waving inflatable arm flailing tube man.
Funner Family YouTube channel coming soon.
Yeah, funnerfamily.com. It might work.
We'll see.
It depends on when you listen to this.
Oh, gosh, right, exactly.
All right, so I don't have a costume yet. But we have an idea.
We've
and
had
I don't
some
want to say
stuff.
what the idea is yet because it's weird.
Well, and I was supposed to join you, and this is what's kind of a bummer. I was supposed to
You
join
and
you.
3 other people.
I know, and then everybody had to drop out. The only reason I'm not joining you is because we have children.
Correct.
And we had no one to pick them
And
up
our
after
babysitter
school.
was supposed to go with us.
Yes.
Which was your mother.
Which was my mom.
Which I was excited too because your mom could be crazy.
Oh my God.
sometimes.
I'd
She would
much
be
rather
like-
my mom go than me go with you.
It'd be
I
a
think it'd be way better.
Be like a live taping of like her soap opera.
Like, I think she really loves that show, doesn't she?
Yeah, no, I
She
do
loves
too.
Wayne Brady.
So I was excited for her to go. She can't make it because she has a doctor's appointment, which I
Yeah,
totally understand.
yeah.
And then everybody else that boned out, well, they can all costume I have. I'm not going to say what it is, and I think that I'm going with. But if you see me on TV, which we'll talk about later on, if I ever make it, and if I don't, hell, I'm gonna have a good time with Thursday.
Oh yeah,
with
you should
myself.
totally just be crazy.
Yeah, so
Just be crazy. I mean, we have some ideas. I wanted you to wear the pirate costume I was going to
I
wear
know, right?
and be the bearded pirate lady
Yeah.
because that would have been really funny. I'm
But
certain you could have fit in that
I
thing
don't know.
with a really awesome garter bustier of some sort.
Taking my moobs to my chin.
Yeah, totally.
Chin moobs.
Oh my God, I love it. That would
I
be
don't.
so.
I don't love chin
Come
moobs at all.
on.
Chin moobs are not a good look
Chin
on me.
moobs.
Chin moobs are
Let's
not.
coin that too.
Chin moobs, yeah, right. Chin moobs
Chin
and
moobs.
Funner Family Freaking Friday. What was it again?
No,
Funner
the family friendly
Farting
food.
Fridays.
Funner. No, what? I don't even know what you're saying.
Say it again.
The family friendly food.
Funner Family Friendly Food. All right, so what's here right now?
Right now, there is a lot going on in our household. One thing for sure that's top of mind right now is that our biggest daughter, our oldest our oldest daughter. I can't.
biggest
You better
daughter,
edit
you go
that
for it.
out, or I'm gonna be in big trouble.
She's gonna text when this drops.
Your mom called you big. So our oldest daughter is doing something pretty incredible. She is about to be a candidate for Student of the Year in the year 2020, which I know sounds like so far away already, but she is about to be in a whole competition with a bunch of other students from across the Inland Empire and Orange County.
And for those who don't know what she means by candidate, basically what they do is they nominate a handful of people to raise money. And this is the Student of the Year, so it's all students in high school, right?
For the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society.
Correct. So they compete against each other to run against each other in a sense. It's a
Yeah, and
candidate.
it's still an honor just to even be nominated, and
Exactly.
everybody that gets involved is cool, and every dollar that is raised is a vote.
Yep.
For your candidate. So if you're raising, you have a goal, of course. You want to win, but I always been like, it's not about winning, it's about raising as much freaking money as you possibly can. Well, the really thing that's very kind of special for us this year that's coming up in 2020 is it was in 2010, 10 years prior, that I ran for Woman of the Year. But that was 10 years ago.
And that would have been the adult equivalent, the man and woman of the
Man
year.
and Woman
not
of the Year.
student of the
Right.
year.
And I did win. And I won. I was Woman of the Year that year. And no short thanks to you because you freaking were my campaign manager. And we were a badass
did well.
team.
We
We did
did
really
very
well.
well.
We
We did
raised,
well.
at that time, it was a lot of money then. Now people are raising way more than this. But at that point, 10 years ago, we raised $61,652.
We did.
In order to raise that amount of money, we had to touch at least 40,000 people.
Correct.
No kidding, because we didn't get crazy denominations of money.
Correct. Not a lot of people donate a lot of money.
No.
We had a lot of people donate a little bit of money.
I mean, dollars, $5, $10, $1. And we were good. We were like, to give what you could. We had some really great people that did give us a good amount of money. Valley Jewelry, I'll give them a little love because they've still been in our lives to this day. And Eddie and his family and everything. But there's been some, and Dr. Finazzo and Winning Smiles, like everybody's been so great. So Julien's about to embark on this thing and she wants to beat our number, Chris.
Which is $62,000.
Yes. It's going to be incredible. And what's so incredible and about this campaign, and not to dive too deep, is it is really something so special to our family. And for our daughter to have remembered it the way that she does 10 years ago when she was 7 years old,
Correct.
6 turning 7 years old.
Yeah, God, that's forever ago.
She just turned 7 when we kicked off our campaign.
Now she's driving.
She's 16 years old. She's going to turn 17 during the campaign. So she's going to have a big fundraising party for her birthday where she wants no gifts. She wants nothing but fundraising. But it makes me so proud that we've really set an example. I feel like this is what we wanted, right? Like this is the outcome we could have ever asked for.
Yeah.
She's seen and met so many wonderful people along the cancer trail. Mm-hmm. She's come in contact. She's even lost friends to cancer because of our involvement with the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. And for her to have her heart touched by that and want to freaking be up to the challenge to do this, I could cry about it. Like, I really could cry about it. So that's what we're doing. I'm excited.
And it's all going to be amazing. And check thisisfunner.com. Check Evelyn's socials. Check mine.
And if you were touched by cancer, hit us up. Of course. We want to hear your story. And ultimately, this is about you. This is about helping raise money to research and fund cures that are ultimately going to cure cancer.
Yep.
So let's get into what we're supposed to talk about for our topic today.
So
at least a little bit of it, because I don't want to go too deep into it, but we do have a lot going on with this one particular thing happening. So the question is, should you ever put your kids in TV?
Yes.
And that's your answer. Do you think it's smart to make your kid, and I'm not saying he's going to be a child star by any means, but do you think it's a smart choice? This is something that literally we are battling right now.
Right.
And battling I mean, not by something we're fighting, but
it's all internal.
It's an internal struggle of whether or not we should allow our son, who is getting called every single freaking day, and this is not an exaggeration,
3 to 4 times a day.
For some reason, our son has a look that they like for this extra work. Obviously, he's making money. We're putting it in a savings account for him. So it's not like it's not for any special good reason. But the thing we're battling and struggling with as parents is taking him out of school.
Correct. And the hardest thing for me is I say yes.
Yeah.
But I also...
And I'm like, I don't know if this is a good idea.
But I agree with one thing that the state does make us do is you have to have a work permit for your child. It is free. You just got to submit it, but you have to submit it with a birth certificate, and you're going to submit it with a report card and or an update from teachers.
Right.
Something signed with a seal from the school, which is great. But those have to be renewed every 6 months, which I think is very smart because it makes the kids accountable for doing grades. It's just like being a student athlete. Exact same thing in my mind as being a student athlete.
No, but your student athletes aren't necessarily always taken from school.
But from your school, not mine. When I was younger, every school was at least an hour away, so they had to leave. If you wanted to play a game at 3:00, you had to leave school at 1:30, which means we were still in class. So we left a lot.
Us too, I guess, but
yeah, we had a lot of that. Plus, just the fact that if you're not doing good in class, you can't do this. They're going to hold you accountable. Now, parents, they wouldn't hold their kids accountable. The state does, which I think is really good because, one, I wouldn't care. You do care.
Totally care.
So it holds us both accountable on each side. So he only gets to do this if he's doing good with grades. And we haven't come to that point yet because we started this over the summer. His work permit expires in December. So in December, we're going to have a little more of like a coming to Jesus type of talk of like, well, we can't do it because his grades are low. Or we can't keep doing it. He's having fun. But until then, we're at the point where like, are we doing the right thing?
And I believe he's only allowed 5 through the course of the school year.
He is.
So that's the other challenge we're at right now, because now we're thinking, okay, we don't want to be selfish. That's the part with me. Like, I don't want to be selfish and be like, oh, I want my kid in all of these shows and I want him making money and da-da-da-da. That, I could care less about that part. It's really cool that he's getting called for all of these things, and I don't want to take that away from him, especially if he really enjoys it. In that case, do we homeschool him? I mean, here, Dadager, I'm asking you directly.
You're asking me. The only thing that I don't care if he does these cool shows and has a cool time. I think that our son is not typical.
Right, I agree.
He learns a different way. And this has probably had a lot to do with me growing up. So seeing him having these opportunities of doing things a little differently is good. Like all these WeWorks that are coming out and all these places that are like retro, new, cool, awesome work environments where you're on a couch, you're outside in the courtyard, you're seeing stuff. That has been built for a reason. And I think it's because people hate being in offices and cubicles. And it's been this society of just regret. And now I think it's coming over to kids in school. So I think if Aiden keeps up his grades and does it, I think him being able to do these really cool things makes him unique to his friends, even if they don't believe him. They're not going to believe him until they see him on TV.
They don't right now. It's
don't.
Funny. He said, I went to school and I told them why I was out. And my friends were like, no, you didn't go on that show. And he's like, all right. Well, yeah, I did, but okay, whatever. And he just let it go. He's like, whatever. I'm not trying to brag. Exactly. He really is like, he's like, I don't care. Like to him, it's not about that. It's just that he's getting this really cool experience. And he's not the sport kid. Even though
he got cast as a soccer player tomorrow.
Which, by the way, more to come. We'll tell you what shows he's going to be on.
Yeah, we won't say anything
At this point, he'll be on 4 in the fall.
Yes, oh my God, 4.
Yeah, 4 of them in the fall. And fun one, you guys. Some cool ones that we're going to share. But I don't want to say anything because I don't know if we're allowed. So, but at this point, it makes me nervous. On the other hand, I know that our son learns differently. Our son is diagnosed with ADHD. He's not hyperactive, but he does have attention deficit disorder. And it does cause him to have a challenge in school in a bigger environment, in a bigger group environment. On these sets, he's got a teacher that's there.
Yes.
That's working directly with them. When I'm at home with him after school, I sit with him. I do not leave his side while he's doing homework because I know how to keep him on task. And even if I have trouble, if he has something in his head he needs to get out of his head, I'll let him tell me the dang whole thing.
And then I'm
like, okay, babe, where are we back at?
Yeah.
And teachers, I'm not saying all teachers don't want to do that.
They don't have
the time.
Yeah.
Public school teachers don't have the time to do that with every student. Nothing clicked in school for me until middle school.
Easy 6th grade for me.
Yeah.
Nothing really clicked probably 7th or 8th.
He's in 6th grade right now. So that's where I'm like, okay, when is it going to happen? But also, you got to understand our kid's very tiny. He's about the size of a 3rd or 4th grader.
They literally asked me how tall he was today because they need him under a certain height. I'm like, oh yeah, he's that tall and that old. Yeah, no, fine.
He's 11, but he's tiny.
Yeah.
Which actually for Hollywood works really well.
I know it does actually.
Because he's older, a little bit more mature, but also very tiny looking.
Yeah, and also actually this is one of the things I wanted to bring up with you, which we did talk about before, which you're like, shut up, you're stupid. But he is
Did I say that?
He is a little white boy.
He is.
He is. But technically he's half Mexican.
He is, of course.
So they're getting like 2 birds with 1 stone. They're like, oh, he looks white, but he's half Mexican.
Yeah, but his last name's Laudenschlager.
Yeah, but you think that matters?
We should change his last name to Erives.
Donovan.
Donovan is whiter than Laudenschlager.
Well, yeah, that's very no, that's very whiskey.
Irish. It's Irish.
Yeah. What if we did a Rivas Lager?
He could be a Rivas Lager.
We use that all the time.
Wasn't there like the mayor that did that, like combined his wife's last name and his last name?
I don't know, but Hitler would probably turn over and be like, "Oh my God, Mexican Germans."
Those are my kids.
I know, right? But I made that joke before of like, he's a white Mexican, 2 birds with 1 stone, right?
Well, we'll see how it plays out because now he's going to miss another day of school tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay, round 2. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right. ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
And I'm nervous about it.
I am nervous about it too. There's 2 reasons I'm not entirely nervous about it.
You're not nervous about it.
Short day. You know why?
You're
because
not
him
nervous?
and I have fun.
I know you do. And I get that this is like a thing for you too.
Yeah.
And it's better him do it now while he's
the opportunity
in elementary school rather than middle
Correct.
and high school.
And who knows? He might do it a couple times and be like, no, I really, really like doing this. Like one of my best friends, Corey Stedden, shout out. Jen, love you. They have 2 kids. Their youngest being Hannah. She was in gymnastics for years.
Yeah.
Years and years.
Really competitive gymnastics.
Went to the Dallas Ranch and homeschooled for 2 or 3 years to make sure she was at practice for 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
Did it forever. Amazing. Super good. Got Cassie into it a little bit. Shows Cassie things. Cassie loves it.
Oh, now Cassie's obsessed with gymnastics, acro, and she's dancing 10 hours a week.
She is. So they homeschooled her for like 2 or 3 years. They put all this money and this time in, and now she just walked away from the whole sport.
She's burnt out.
And I get it.
Probably, right? I mean, I don't know.
100% get it. No, she probably is. She's been doing it since she can remember, probably.
Yeah.
All she remembers is tumbling in bars.
Yeah.
You know, and the same thing with my friend Josh, who lives in Arizona. Josh Ike, you know, shout out to Josh and Marissa. He had the same thing. His dad pushed him baseball. He got into college, kicked ass, best pitcher in the league. After 2-3 years of college, he was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't know anything else. He stepped away. 5 years later, he was like, I was the dumbest thing I could have done.
Let's walk away from it.
Correct.
Aww.
So I don't want Hannah to have that regret.
But that's the part that you have to balance.
So like if Aiden right now was like, I don't want to do this anymore, I'd be like, okay, cool.
Cool, you're not going to do it.
4 years, he might be a sophomore in high school and be like, God, if I'd have just done that for a little bit longer, that'd have been a little more fun. Mm-hmm. I don't want him to regret it. He also doesn't know it existed until I let him or until we showed it to him.
Right.
Definitely, I am vicariously living through him a little bit, but I also
think you are, and I don't want that.
No, I mean, on a scale from 1 to 10, I'm probably about a 6.5. But I also think that this will help his brain recognize what is important and what needs to be done. Mm-hmm. To get to the next point rather than just being stuck in that same cycle of school, because he doesn't know anything besides school. So when he gets home and
he has
wants
a lot
of
challenges because at school he is just like,
so what I'm saying
he
is
don't want to go, and it gets hard.
Yeah, and when he gets home, he doesn't want to do school again. So that's why we fight with someone so much. So if he gets to do this, I weigh it, the other hand of the scale, and I say you have to do your work. And if you don't do work, you don't get grades, then you can't do this. But I really hope it clicks in his head before December, so when we see his report card and he does well, we can renew that permit and he can do a couple more gigs.
Or we homeschool him.
Or we homeschool him. He does them every day.
If that's what he wants. You know what I mean? But it's got to be ultimately up to the kid. You can't push it. That's the one thing. We have a daughter, Cassie, who is, well, first of all, I'll start with Julene. Julene was playing ball. Very good ball player. Softball.
7.
I mean, years.
6. God,
years
I think
and years.
6. And
we played and you coached and we pushed her as far as she wanted to be pushed. We never had to go far because she was competitive on her own.
Oh yeah. Well, she's your daughter.
I mean, I raised competitive kids. What can I say?
I'm not lying when I say something.
Genetics.
She says the same thing back and says like plus more. Or times infinity, but more than you.
Okay, but it's usually like I love you more. It's not mean stuff. Don't be like that.
I make more than you.
Yes, you're a dick. I did not say that.
No, you're right.
I did it as a joke once when on our first date.
Understood.
I was being playful. So the point is, she got to a point in high school on this teams there at her high school where she was done. She didn't like the way that the team was being run, and she came to a crossroads.
Yep.
And she went, I know I'm good. She knows she's good. I'm good at this. I really like doing this, but I know that I'm at this point right now where I'm not going to go and probably play ball. She didn't think she would. I thought she could in college, but she
totally could have.
I know. But she, in her mind, was like, look, I'm going to start just focusing. All I want to put my efforts on are school right now.
Yeah. And I 100% respect that. Because life is really hard. Lots of choices to make. Mm-hmm. And you don't make the hard ones when you're younger. You just do what people want you to do. So for her to be like, okay, I'm probably going to give up $10,000 in scholarships for playing softball through college, but I'm not going to be happy playing softball through college if I want to concentrate on being a surgeon.
She wants to be a surgeon. She literally was like, I just, when I'm in college, all I want to do is focus on school. I don't want to be worrying about sports.
Which I love. Mm-hmm. You don't, like, I didn't make that. I didn't know what I wanted to do until I was 40, and that was last year.
Right.
It's true.
I didn't know what I wanted to do, but then something came.
Just fell in your lap and you had fun doing it.
I couldn't believe what happened when I was 16 years old, and it literally changed my life.
Yeah.
But with our youngest daughter, I look at that same situation. She's very competitive.
I do too.
She's 8 years old. She's very much like her big sister in a different way, though. She dances.
Yeah, she's less modest too.
And she's not modest whatsoever. But I kind of love that confidence in her. She is confident, that girl. Yep. She knows she's good at something, and she will go and be like, no, I'll do that. And if I can't do it like that girl's doing it, I will work my butt off until I can do it better than that girl's doing it. That's how she is. And she's not like that around people. Like, she's very sweet with other girls. But to me and at home, she's like, nope, I'm not doing it as good as so-and-so. I need to get better at it. She's very competitive. So this is our second competition season for dance.
Yeah.
I'm looking at her and I'm like, what do you want to get involved in? You're only 8. You know, we don't have to go that hard. She's like, no, I want to solo. I want to do this.
But I can tell you,
stuff.
in obviously we've both been together for this whole journey. This is one of the first things that she's been like, no, I want to do more. She wanted to do more gymnastics, and then she started dancing. She was like, oh no, I love doing the tumble. I love like doing that, but I love doing this too. So if I could put them together, it'd be amazing. Oh my God, I'm allowed. And when I was younger, you know as well as I do, I have a very addictive personality. If I see something that I want, I've worked really hard to do it, even if it's something as simple as trying to fart with your armpit.
Oh, awesome.
I'm dead serious.
Commitment.
Yeah. So I try, like, even remembering an Eminem song.
Can you do it right now?
I want to chalk that up to I was 7 years old.
7 years of expert training?
I was 7 years old. Took me about a week to figure it out at my Uncle Alan's house in Arizona, and I learned it in the back of the truck with the canopy on when kids were allowed to ride without seatbelts. And I think it was a KFC drive-thru.
Oh my God.
You don't even know.
No,
how vivid that is in my mind.
I can't believe it's like riding a bike doing what you just did right now.
Just like my metaphor, she is so determined that if she sees something and she wants it, she won't stop until she does it, just like memorizing words to a song.
Yeah, she's big into that.
She is doomed with that from us.
Yeah.
Because both of us have that.
Yeah,
and
we
we
do.
will ignore every gosh darn thing along the way, like you and your 50 Shades of Grey books.
Oh my God, shut up.
No, I'm serious. Like, you were like, I really want to read this. 2 days, you were done.
I know.
And I was like, oh, you're back? Okay, cool. I mean, it's just the way we are.
You get something in your mind, and I'm like that with work.
Yeah, we're hyper-focused.
Sometimes I'm like, wait, what? Did somebody talk to me? Because I was just literally deep into my work right now.
Award shows.
Yeah.
That's how we are. Our curse, Evelyn and my curse, is hyper-focus.
Yeah.
So if we see something we want, we don't stop until we get it, in a sense of obtainable things.
And that's funny because I don't call it hyper-focus because I feel like I have ADD. I feel like and I think this is like Aiden too, where he is hyper-focused, but not on the right things.
He's hyper-focused on what makes him happy.
Yeah, on
which is
things
how
that
every human should be in this world.
Exactly.
I am very, very, very excited for him to be able to do this.
I have something I want to read really quick. The Anti-Bullying Institute posted something that I think kind of can sum it up about our family and about our kids and about the type of kids we have. Let your child be the weird kid. Let them be the funny kid, the quiet kid, the smart kid, the athletic kid, the theater kid, the numbers kid, the teacher's pet, the chatterbox, the valedictorian, the middle of the pack, the barely made it kid. Just don't let them be the mean kid.
Right. That's so true.
That's how I think about my kids. That's all I want for them.
Yeah. And what do we say every night?
When we do prayers every single night, we say, and please, Lord, help us to be good people and make good choices.
And
we might be small, but we can do big things.
Correct.
And please, Lord, make peace be with the universe.
Yeah. Amen.
Amen.
I want to say one thing before we go. And I tell this to the kids every single time. And I told this to Julian a number of times while playing softball. Mm-hmm. When you stop having fun,
that's
when you stop doing it.
Yep. And that's what happened for her.
Yep, 100%.
Realistically, that's what happened for her.
All right, so now what are we doing?
So we're going to get into this last topic, and it's going to be quick.
What's it called?
We're calling it Jalapeno Business.
Because she's spicy and I eat spicy.
Yes, and obviously we're on a show called Converse Eat With Us.
So it's got to have food in it.
It's got to have food. So Jalapeno Business is a new segment about you. We're going to end the show as much as we can every week with direct questions or direct comments from you and see if we can't help you if you have a question or answer it or whatever we can do.
So you can go to thisisfunner.com. You can scroll to the bottom and just do one of those you fill in the blanks basically, or you can go online and you can hashtag Converse Seat with us, or you can tag us in anything at Evelyn or
Slide into
platforms.
My DMs.
Please don't. Don't slide into anything of my wives.
Hey, you can slide into my DMs like M did.
Okay, who's M?
M doesn't want anything else known
that
about her.
guy.
It's a her.
Oh.
So,
what does she say?
And we will take dudes. You can go into my DMs and ask questions if you have them, but
yes,
you can also message Chris too. Okay, so I went on Instagram and asked for ideas of what people wanted to hear us talk about, or if they had any questions or anything like that. And I got a lot. Some of them were really downers, I won't lie. So I don't know if we'll get to those all the time because we try to stay a little bit more upbeat on the show. But this one was caught my attention from M. She says, how about talk about friends who can't take accountability for their negative attitude and actions. Okay. This has happened to me recently, and it's created a bit of a mess between some friends. So I asked, okay, give me the story. Let me hear what happened so I can understand it. She says, a few friends of mine planned a trip to go wine tasting for our birthdays. There was about 10 of us. Okay. Well, this particular friend started to have a really funky attitude. Her attitude was, not partaking in conversation, excluding herself. She took two other friends to the side, didn't share lunch conversation or champagne to cheers. At one winery, she stayed behind to just talk to some dude. Just completely rude and childish. Okay. When we returned to my friend's house, everyone was supposed to pitch in an additional $10 for a tip for our party bus driver. Well, this friend ran out, didn't even say bye. We're talking about a friend that I've known at least 4+ years. On Sunday, she texted saying that she had anxiety. The cable guy was coming over. Dad was picking up her daughter from school, and she was exhausted from the new school schedule. Really? I don't think so. Another friend told her exactly how she was acting and upset that she kind of ruined the vibe. She gave her the same story. Now she no longer speaks to that friend and kind of is giving us excuses to hang. She knows that I'm going to have a conversation with her, and I don't want to do a text conversation. I'm hurt and I'm upset that she didn't take accountability and be honest why she was really behaving in that manner. Now, because of her decisions to behave in this manner, 2 and 3 of our friends don't even want to be around her. We are 40-year-old women. Come on, we're too old for these games.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to say about this is going to be funny, and after that I'll be serious.
Okay, what are you going to say?
She had diarrhea.
Oh.
I mean, if you think about the entire story, if you read the whole thing, in your mind, you think she has explosive diarrhea.
No.
She's okay.
But she hung back to hang out and talk to some dude. Well, okay, so Em, you said her excuse was that she's got anxiety and the cable guy was going over and dad's picking up their daughter from school and she was exhausted.
Nope.
New school schedule.
All lie.
I don't necessarily believe that either. I know you don't believe it, so I don't believe it either. Anxiety is another thing, though. Nope. If she was already...
All lie.
You think so?
Yeah, you don't...
So what's the reason that she was acting weird on the whole wine tasting?
A guy. 100%. Is she married?
I don't know that.
She met a new guy. She was all wrapped up in this guy. That's all it is. 100%.
Yeah, but wait, no. She's all wrapped up in this guy. What guy? What guy are you talking about?
I don't know. I don't know the whole story. But if she was preoccupied...
Are you saying there's a guy somewhere else?
Yeah. Or she was trying to work on that other guy.
That doesn't even make sense.
It does make sense. Because
it doesn't.
Why? Because she was hanging back and she was on her phone and she was ignoring it, but she was being... She even hung him back a little bit, so maybe she was hitting on the guy there. It's all about guys, I promise you. This girl's like tripping over some guy. And they're all like, she's this way. And then in 2 months, she's going to be like, I'm not with that guy anymore. They're going to be like, I told you he was bad for me. And then they're going to be back together in a month. And they're going to be like, you told me he was bad for me and we're together still. And they're not allowed to my wedding. See, it's going to happen.
Oh my God. See, you are making up a whole story that I don't believe.
But it's a guy. It's a guy.
Okay. So Chris thinks it's because of some guy.
Yep.
Now, she goes on to say in the last little message to me,
oh, there's more.
I hope that one day she'll wake up and take accountability. I truly cherished our friendship, but I guess she has had other thoughts.
Yeah, guy.
I don't know if that's what it is, but I'm not going to take anything off the table. My thought is there's something else going on with her mind right now.
A guy.
You're so dumb.
I'm right.
I don't think you're right on this.
I think I'm right.
I don't. I there's a lot of times I'm like, oh, dude, that's right. That's totally right on.
I'm right.
It doesn't make sense for her just to be like pulling herself away. Uh-huh. I feel like there's a deeper seated issue there.
It's one of the other 9's guy.
Really? That's where you're gonna go with this?
It's going there. It's already.
That's where you're gonna go.
Yeah,
so she did pull 2 other girls aside, but everybody agreed.
She was like, I'm sleeping with Jennifer's husband.
God.
I'm sleeping with Jennifer's husband and I can't tell her because they're getting married and that's the reason we're on this wine trip. We're on this wine trip right now for them and I can't do it. So can you please pretend? I'm going to hang back and pretend like I have diarrhea. I'm going to hang out. I'm going to do nothing and you're going to leave and I'm going to catch up.
I have diarrhea. She never once said she had diarrhea.
Oh, well, I might have made that up.
You made that part up.
I'm right.
All right. And my thought process is that there's more to this. I've been around friends who start acting a little standoffish, and it's always something else going on at home. No, I think she's making up excuses about the cable guy and the dad picking her kids up and the exhausted from the new school schedule.
Cable guy might be true.
There's probably some sort of depression going on in there. That's what I think. And that maybe that's going to make it too serious, too real. I think when you are 40 years old, I'm not quite there yet, but 40 is grown ass women-ish, right? And that age, there's a lot going on in your mind, especially like if you don't feel like you're at a certain place in your life.
I concur.
If you don't feel like your kids are doing as well as they should be, maybe you are single or you're not single and things aren't going right with your love life. I feel like there could be so many more. I feel like, you should just embrace her. And let her tell you her truth.
And 40 is about the time where you realize in your life that your clock starts counting down instead of up. So that does hurt a little bit.
That's kind of sad to think about that.
So think about that.
Yeah.
But who knows? Who you tell me, you know what? Hit us back up. Thisisfunner.com. You can go to the bottom and scroll down. info@thisisfunner.com is the email address to reach out to us.
My thought process in this whole story here is she didn't have money.
You think so?
Yeah. Oh. You know that feeling when you don't want to partake in cheers because you can't afford the wine glass?
Yeah. And when you're like, pour everybody else vodka, but give me water.
Yeah. And you ditched out on the $10 tip because you didn't have the $10. And
all right.
I think we solved the problem.
Well, you got me turned.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
I did?
Okay, hold on. But I'm either right or you're either right.
Okay,
one of the two.
One of the two is right. Either she had no money, so she's having depression and some problems there, or she had diarrhea, or she's sleeping with one of the other girls' husbands
or boyfriends.
Oh, God. Em, I hope that helped your problem, and I hope you enjoyed us being all up in your business.
And with that being said, we're going to say goodbye, everybody. Say goodbye, Evelyn.
Bye, Evelyn. Oh, and bye, everyone. Hey, slide into our DMs. I'm serious. I want to hear from you. We want to hear how you're enjoying the show, if you're enjoying the show. Are we too long-winded? Would you like to hear more from us? And what topics would you like us to talk about?
And thank you.
We love you. Thank you for listening.
Catch you later.
Conversate with us. Conversate with us. Thank you for listening to Conversate with us.